Hey, man, if you like fucking knuckle fucking your sister and shit, this is the right episode for you. And if you ain't right with the Lord, then we don't want you listening to this show. This is an evangelical episode where we're going to be talking about God, Jesus, all the people fucking their sisters in Appalachia.
Yeah, if you've been wanting to get into religion for any reason and you've been trying to find the perfect church,
we got it for you.
We search no further.
This is going to be absolutely perfect. Hi.
I can't imagine someone just being bored and just be like, you know what? I think I'm going to take up religion.
I can think of 1,000 other things I'd rather do. I'm one half of the fat darkness. My name's Delicious Nicolicious. I'm here with my sweet, loving, sensual, beautiful, smells pretty good tonight co-host.
Yeah, not too bad, man. That's what happens when I shower. It's Rob. What's going on, everybody?
We're so happy to have you along here at the Brohio podcast. If you've never listened to us before, we're two guys in a refined basement studio setting. We worked our way up we used to record in a house by the river infested with rodents. We moved into a basement with a cat box, laundry room, bear studs, moving blankets on the walls, and now we have our own studio that we've blessed the world with. We have a moving blanket above our head because we've been trying to defeat echo in this room.
Yeah, this room's nice and bouncy with sound. So
when I listen to it in the car, it sounds good.
Yeah,
you can't tell at all.
I think it's just us. I mean, like in this room, it's kind of a loud room, but our microphones are luckily not shit. So
yeah, you just got to really get into it. You know what I mean? Yeah. A lot of people reached out last week. We did an episode on Saturday. New episode.
I was going to say last week. I was like a couple days ago.
If you haven't listened to the dream interpretation episode, we got really drunk by accident. Well, I don't know. Rob never gets drunk.
Now it's all right. Yeah.
Even if he is drunk, he'll just be like, I'm fine. I'm fine. But I was drunk.
I was pretty drunk a couple weeks ago. Not here, but that's like the first time in a while. I was feeling pretty fucking good.
It's perfect.
But yeah, no, we did good. We drank some bourbon.
It's still sitting there. It hasn't moved.
Yeah, it's literally teetering on the edge of the table right now.
It hasn't moved at all.
No, I think it was a good episode. It was funny. We did not stay on topic for more than 5 minutes the entire time.
We had so many people write us about night terrors that they've experienced. So
yeah,
in the next episode, I'm going to compile all those, and we're going to kind of tell those stories, maybe talk about those a little bit.
That'd be cool.
A lot of people suffer from night terrors, just suffer from excruciating sleepwalking episodes.
Nice.
They just getting up in the middle of the night, walking around, lighting shit on fire, lighting their farts on fire.
That's what's up.
We talked about jacking off till our wieners are raw. A lot of guys said they've done that. A lot of girls said that never happened to them before. If you're a girl and you jacked your wiener off, send us an email, brohiopodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, that'd be good to know.
If you're a man with fat titties, send us your OnlyFans. No, you got puffy nipples and you're listening to this show. We don't want you here because we have a certain...
I'll take the OnlyFans, though. Send them my way, guys.
We have a certain standard to upkeep. And if you're a puffy nippled fuck...
Fuck.
Your wife hears something crash in the middle of the night and you're laying there bare-chested. You got kind of hot while you're sleeping. Pull the comforter down a little bit. She hears that noise and she looks over at you, and all she sees is your Hershey Kiss nipples hanging off your chest. She's not going to wake you up to save her. She's going to call that guy next door without puffy nipples to come save her.
It's very true.
That's what happens. You ruin your life. Your kids don't look up to you if you have puffy nipples.
Your boss hates you.
They see like mantars on whatever kids watch on TV these days. I don't know. I'm sure there's mantars. They got nice sculpted chests.
Nope,
my dogs still live here, unfortunately.
You had to go dingleberry trimming earlier.
Yeah, I had to shave Ace's ass before I came down here. Really exciting stuff. Didn't bother washing my hands either.
Who cares? That's how you build up your immune system.
Apparently, our Patreon cut out
last week
for the last episode. We're going to start from the top here.
Cool.
Adam Erickson, thank you, Adam, for your Patreon pledge.
Brian Wood, thank you, Brian.
I wonder if it's any relation to Mr. Wood, the large black man with the insanely huge penis sitting at the edge of the bed. He's dead now.
He is, yeah.
Rest in peace. What if they had to get a separate casket for his penis?
Rest in penis.
Rest in penis. Justin Shespy. Thank you for the chicken livers you sent us in the P.O. box. I mean, I don't know if that was the same Justin or not.
Has it been a while since we've How long has it been since you checked the P.O. box?
Last week.
Okay.
Cheryl Cuccio sent us the books. With
nice.
autographs. Yeah, really heartfelt message in there.
Oh,
so.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Outside Vibe YouTube, thank you very much.
Go check out Outside Vibe. That's outside, all one word, outside VYBE on YouTube. Go check them out. Skin Tag Jones, Jesus Bailey, Skin Tag Jones, thank you. And if you have any skin tag removal secrets, let me know. Rob said
nail clippers
last time. I had a large mole / skin tag growing right in the middle of my forehead, right before a Domino's Pizza Hut pizza was on the way one time. Took nail clippers, got it right off my forehead, answered the door, and it looked like the pizza guy had seen a goddamn ghost. And I said, "What's wrong?" He said, "You have blood rushing down your forehead, sir." And I touched my face. Oh, I guess I do. I was covered in blood.
Looking like McFoley.
Yeah, dude, it was bad. He never came back. He probably didn't have a job much longer than that. Pizza man, it's kind of a fast turnover there.
Yeah, run of the mill.
Yeah.
Yep. My turn? Yeah, it is. Young Fly Bastard, a.k.a. The Don.
Zombie Flanders. No relation to Ned Flanders, so don't get it fucking twisted.
And Seth Albright.
Thank you, Sethy. If you'd like to have ad-free episodes for only 99 cents a month, go to patreon.com/BroHioPodcast. You can get all the ad-free content that your heart desires. Also, if you can stick your fist all the way up to your third rib, we'd like to have you as a sideshow act. We're going on a cruise, a gay cruise coming up soon. That's the big news we have.
Yeah.
We're going on a cruise.
I can't wait.
True crime / paranormal cruise. So the way it's going to work, we're going to release the details coming up soon, but we're going to be performing on a cruise ship, live show. Thing is, it takes place in September of 2022. So we're signed on until then, Rob. You and I, we're signed.
So we have to stay together and do this show at least until then.
Yes, precisely. So the cruise company, they're going to allow you to put $100 down for the nice room, the balcony room. It's a little over $600 per person. For the interior room, it's around $450 per person.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I've been on tons of cruises before, and those balcony rooms are pretty nice.
Yeah, so that's per person, unless you're by yourself and you're paying double, or if you want to put 4 people in a cabin, then you split that way.
Yeah.
The thing is, they're going to allow you to put $100 down and pay
monthly
$20-$50 a month until September of 2022.
You have a year and a half to pay on that bitch. It does leave out of Miami, so you are going to have to catch a plane to Miami first and then go from there. But it's going to the 3 different places in the Bahamas.
Yep.
I've been to all 3, no big deal.
But you get to be on a cruise ship with us.
Yeah,
it's
going to be a good time.
Party.
If you're going to get Corona from a cruise ship, you might as well get it from us.
That Corona will be gone by then.
Hopefully.
Everyone said if Joe Biden got elected, it would go away. And look at it, it's going away.
It's supposed to be gone last summer.
Yeah. That's exciting news. So you get to be on a cruise ship with us with hillbilly horror stories, mysterious circumstances. But the thing is, you get a year. It's a vacation. You get a year and a half to pay for it. So it's
going to be a good time. Yeah.
Going to be a really good time.
Cruise ships, you just sit there and just get fucking drunk all day long. It's great. Mm-hmm. It's a good time.
I was going to, I think I will read this article. I wasn't going to, but I think I will.
Sure.
An 18-year-old, I got to close this exit. An 18-year-old man was back in custody Wednesday on suspicion of stabbing his father 20 times last March and telling police he felt compelled to do it to rid the victim's body of a shape-shifting reptile that was taking over. Isaiah Gentry of Tempe, where I'm going to Phoenix in a couple days, was in police custody until February 12th, and he was sent to a Valleywise Health facility for mental health treatment. On March 20th, 2020, Gentry hit his father in the head with a statue before he began punching him in the head and torso at a residence in the area of 12th Street and Hardy Drive. The documents stated the father escaped out of the front door, but Gentry followed and both men ended up on the ground fighting. The victim was eventually able to get to a neighbor's house for help, which is when documents say Gentry went back to his house, took his clothes off, and took a shower to wash off the blood.
Yes.
Gentry admitted to officers he planned to kill his father that day, which is why he had the knife in his pocket, according to court documents. He told the police he was ridding his father's body of a shape-shifting reptile that had taken over and that Gentry believed he was the Messiah. That he lived. So thank God for that. Also, I think we are developing a new segment called TikTok of the Week.
Okay.
I wanted to play this one that I sent to you earlier. If that's
okay.
I think that, let me see.
Man, there's some keepers. I totally slept on TikTok for the longest.
An acting performance that was so good, you forgot it was acting.
Oh, shit, I'm sorry. Sorry for what? Our daddy taught us not to be ashamed of our dicks, especially since they're such good size and all.
I love this video.
Yeah, I see that. Your daddy gave you good advice.
Yeah.
It gets bigger when I pull on it. Sometimes, I pull on it so hard, I rip the skin.
Oh, no.
Well, my daddy taught me a few things, too, like how not to rip the skin by using someone else's mouth instead of your own hands.
Amen, brother.
Show me? I'd be right happy to.
Oh, man. That was
I love how they make him fake the southern accent, too.
Yeah.
I'd be right happy to.
I think that was phenomenal acting, in my opinion.
That one dude, the bald guy with the big head, he has a big fucking head. Like, that's a...
I thought you were about to say his dick. I'm like, I didn't see that part of his TikTok.
I'm sure his dick's big, too.
Have you ever been to a snake handling... No, that was a truck rest stop. That snake handling you're talking about.
Yeah, completely different.
Have you ever been to a snake handling church before, Rob Dog?
I have not.
I knew very little about it. I knew that Will Ferrell and The Candidate, that movie, he goes to a snake handling church and he gets fucking bit and almost dies.
I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, he just kind of goes in and out.
Yeah.
There's so much more to these things. And I can't believe the shit that's going on in these snake handling churches. It is so much fun. It is right up our alley. And the only thing that could be a lot cooler if it was like like Isaiah tried to kill his dad, a shape-shifting reptile church. That would be the only thing that was cooler, in my opinion.
That would be really cool.
Okay. There is nothing that brings the fuckery out in someone quite like religion. Religion makes a lot of people do a lot of weird stuff, Rob.
Yes.
In South India, Garidan Thukan, which is, I believe, a certain religion in South India, their devotees are hung by metal hooks and paraded around town in what they call an eagle hanging.
Okay.
So they have like these, it looks like a monkey bar that they got off a playground. Mm-hmm. You know, like the dome-shaped monkey bars. And then hanging in the middle are the devotees of the religion. They put hooks in their backs and their thighs, just fillet them, hooks right through them. And they literally hang these guys from these hooks. And they parade them around town just to show that they are a whatever.
It's like a human marionette.
That's exactly what it looks like. It's like, except for it's fish hooks in their skin.
Oh, yeah.
That's all for the glory of God right there.
You ever see that movie Strangeland?
Oh, it's been a long time.
D. Snyder.
Yeah.
I think he made it. Yeah, there was a lot of that going on in there.
It's been a long time on that one.
It's been high school since I've seen that, yeah.
Yeah, there's another religion. They hit each other with chains and sharp objects to mourn the death of Imam Hussein. To commemorate the day of Ashura, the 10th day of Muharram, Shiite Muslims all over the world hit themselves in the back with chains and sharp objects such as knives to mourn the death of Prophet Muhammad's grandson, Imam Hussein. There's also in Brazil, in the Amazon, where they eat the dead. They eat the ashes of burnt dead bodies mixed with bananas.
That just sounds good. Nice and healthy.
Banana's a good go-to, though.
Oh, yeah.
In my opinion. You can do a lot with a banana. Energy, good for energy. It's good if you're in a pinch and need something to shove up your ass.
It's good to practice to suck.
Your kids are hungry. You can throw them a banana. Even if it's been shoved up your ass, you don't have to worry because you just peel the banana. You can give them the shitty banana even if it's been shoved up your ass.
Who doesn't like chocolate-covered bananas? I know I do.
Well, does it still work? Yeah, it still works.
Yeah, it is.
We got to change those up.
Yeah, we do. That's bubbly.
That's a really nasty one. The people of Yanomami tribe of Amazon believe that death is an unnatural phenomenon. They eat ashes of the burnt dead body mixed with bananas. It is done, they believe, so the dead person lives forever amongst themselves.
Okay.
In Tibet, they practice sky burials.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard about these before.
Yes.
Bodies of the deceased people are chopped off. The heads are chopped off and then are offered to the vultures. Sky burial is the usual means for disposing of the corpses of commoners by offering them to vultures Tibetans believe that vultures are angel-like figures that will take the soul to heaven.
I've never seen anything less angel-like than a fucking vulture.
I know.
Those things just look
They're
evil.
terrifying. They look like my nuts after a good shave. Put some aftershave on those things, tighten their necks up.
Yeah, this is like the closest thing to gargoyles that we have.
Gargoyles. What a good cartoon.
Yeah, it really was.
There's a tribe in Indonesia. They consider women with chiseled, pointy, sharp teeth more beautiful.
That's hot.
This ritual is performed with crude instruments and without any anesthesia. After the procedure, they are given green bananas. See, bananas are good for everything to dull the pain. The tribe also believes that teeth chiseling maintain a balance between the body and the soul. While all of these religious practices are pretty fucking weird, nothing tops old Appalachian tradition of snake handling here in the United States of America.
Leave it up to our hillbillies to fucking one-up everybody on some stupid shit.
Fucking snake handling. It would be one thing if we were talking about non-venomous snakes, for instance, gardener snakes. What are some snakes that are,
Boa constrictors aren't poisonous.
boa constrictors. Hell,
Or
even
venomous,
even a what's the really big one? An anaconda.
Yeah.
I don't think they're venomous.
I think they're a constrictor, just like a boa, yeah.
Fuck.
Pythons, I think nope. I might be wrong on that one.
No, I think pythons. Some of them are, and
I think
some
of
of
them are, yeah.
We are really not well versed in snakes.
No, I'm not goth enough to care about snakes.
Yeah, all we know is we're afraid of snakes. I am deathly afraid of snakes.
I don't like them, but I'm also, I know you're terrified of
I
them.
don't like them at all.
Your big-titted aunt didn't have them, though.
No, I didn't have a big titted aunt. So, it's like I said, it's closely associated with the Appalachian culture. Appalachia is a culture / place stretching from the northern tip of New York State all the way down to Alabama and Georgia. So that's
Hell yeah.
long strip there here in the United States of mountain ranges. Good old boys down by the creek, down by the holler. It is a completely different world, folks, in Appalachia. They definitely all fuck their sisters. They all
You gotta get it when you can get it, buddy.
do a lot of really weird stuff. It's just, God, it's a different world, for lack of a better term, man. It's Appalachia. They fucking shit in buckets in the backyard. I didn't realize how much. I know we've done Appalachian tales before.
Right.
That motherfucker goes all the way from New York all the way down to Georgia.
Yeah, I always forgot that it goes up that far north, especially up to New York, because you think of New York as like just a big concrete fucking state of just cement and buildings. But
you think they're all like Jersey Pete, just smell like pizza and have big cocks and balls. Jersey Pete. If any of you want to talk to Jersey Pete, we'd be happy to send you his email. I know he's probably got a really big one if he is listening.
He messaged me today and said he's planning on going to the cruise, so.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Fuck yeah, buddy. You better fucking be there.
We can count on one guy to get cocaine on that ship. It's him. Yeah, you got to pull through it for us, Pistol Pete.
He knows a guy.
Yeah, I know a guy. I don't know. I am the guy, but I know the guy. Most of these documentaries that I watch personally, these motherfuckers are on fire for God. And I don't mean in the spiritual sense. Legit. There's a bunch of fucking swamp donkeys just waving around.
They really are. They're like all swamp donkeys.
God, like long, nasty, matted hair and long skirts. They walk around the church like they're possessed, and they have like Molotov cocktails, the things you fucking throw in Grand Theft Auto to light shit on fire.
To not pay a hooker.
Yeah, they just walk around with them bottles on fire, just waving around in front of their, like, these bitches got beards too, so they get pretty close to roasting their faces off, but they
Yeah, man, that shit's weird.
Yeah, it is really weird
and wild.
Yeah, so they just walk around. So the snakes aside, they get fire, and it's not just restricted to the snakes. Kind of like
Why is it like with these weird niche things, it's always the people that least need to be in control of these things?
Oh, I know. This is good. Where we get into the audio for this one? These people are.
Oh, it's batshit crazy.
They are absolutely wild.
Yeah.
All of these churches involved, for the most part, are Pentecostal Christian churches. I went to a few Pentecostal churches growing up. I've talked about the holy rollers before.
Yeah, are they the ones that speak in tongues?
Pentecostal, yeah.
Okay, I thought so.
That's one of their gifts, is speaking in tongues. And I've talked about the Holy Roller Church, where they just get all worked up for God, and these motherfuckers will start Tootsie rolling all the way down the aisle.
Just get Indiana Jones down
and then I went there with that girl that one time, and about got my ACL blew out. Some fatty rolled me up from behind. I didn't know that. I was just trying to make room in the aisle, and I stepped out into the aisle, and I got rolled up, dude. I got folded up like a lawn chair.
Dude, crippled your ass.
Yeah, dude. I can still feel it in the mornings I wake up. Hurt my ankle really bad playing football. I can still feel that, and then I can still feel the twinge in the back of my knee from when I had my fucking cartilage separated from my body at that goddamn church. But here I am, just putting it all on the line for everybody doing this podcast. It doesn't even.
We do this now so you don't have to get holy rolled anymore.
I don't want to get holy rolled anymore. Okay, so these crazy. I don't want to keep calling them crazy fuckers.
No, they're crazy.
These crazy fuckers, they not only light their beards on fire, but they drink a poisonous cocktail at their ceremonies as well. So when they're having church on Sunday or Wednesday, they drink this stuff. It's a mix between strychnine and water. Strychnine, okay. And this stuff is specifically used for killing small rodents and insects. So these... As if it's not enough to kill the rats and mice on the farm, they just drink it at their church services.
Good.
And I think it makes them sick. Okay, and it makes them. So the whole entire thing is, they think that they're invincible.
Yeah. If
they have the protection of God, so they think if they drink the poison.
Yeah. That's what they kept talking about. They kept talking about over and over, if they fall ill to one of these things, then that's God's way of saying that they're living with sin.
It's so stupid.
It makes no fucking sense.
It's so stupid. So what they do, they drink this poison that's generally used for mice and insects, not to kill humans.
Yeah, but it's still going to make you feel sick as fuck.
Make a human feel really ill, possibly to the brink of death, but it's not going to kill you. If you ingest enough of it, yes, it will kill you. So for anyone listening who's like, I'm going to go drink me some goddamn strychnine or whatever it's fucking called, don't do that because it can kill you.
Mm-hmm.
But you mix it up with water, you fucking water that shit down, you could probably get a pretty good amount in your body and get really sick and not die.
Put some bitters in there.
Yeah,
splash of lemonade.
Yeah, exactly. And you think, and the way they portray it is, well, I went all the way to the brink. I was dead. I was dying, but the Lord didn't let me go. So the Lord, He's taking care of me, make sure I'm okay. No, you drink rodent fucking shit, poison.
You sure it was the Lord and not the doctor that just pumped your fucking stomach?
It's like when you're sitting there in math class in 5th grade and you take the mechanical pencil and you pump it all the way out.
Right.
And then you just take a look around at everybody and you just fucking white dragon it just fucking all the way into your veins. And
take a hit of it.
Everyone says, hey, man, fuck, relax. And you're like, no, it's bad. At home, my mom's been fucking my dad. My dad fucking hit me. I'm on drugs now. I'm on drugs. Did you ever do anything to help ease the pain of having a father that wouldn't let you poop in the house and always beat you?
Besides stay away from there as much as possible. No, man, I wasn't a bad kid. Well, I mean, I did smoke weed in middle school, but
out of a pop can underneath the bridge.
That's why. While walking, but I mean, that was just because everybody else was doing it.
Most of the kids our age are going to die from cancer at a really early age because we all smoked shit out of cans.
Yeah, I had friends that would. I think I may have talked about this before. I had friends who would cut open cigarettes and then take that tobacco and roll it up in receipts that we just got from the store.
That's really bad. I can one up that.
And you probably know who it is. So
yeah,
explains a lot.
Yeah, I think I've probably told this before, but I saw the neighbors smoking weed one time, and I do have to give a shout out to Jesse Knox. He is the one on YouTube.
Yes, I saw that.
The official Bro Ohio historian.
Yes.
On YouTube. Thank you, Jesse Knox, for everything you do.
He had that timestamp down on that episode, too.
He's that motherfucker. Jesse,
fucking
thank you so much.
encyclopedia right there.
I saw the neighbors rolling up a joint, and I said, oh, I'll fucking do that shit. I didn't know what they were smoking. I was too young. I didn't know what they were smoking.
Mm-hmm.
So after I was done watching him smoke, I went out on the front porch. I got a handful of grass clippings, and I got a loose leaf sheet of paper.
Yeah.
And I took the loose leaf paper, and I rolled up the grass clippings in it, and I lit that motherfucker up with a lighter.
It's probably fat as fuck, too, wasn't it?
Oh, it was. And I went, took a drag. Did it? Oh, I thought I dropped it almost killed my ass. Just the smoke from the loose leaf paper alone.
Yeah.
That's a different kind of paper. That's different than rolling paper. You know, it's not. That's an accelerant. Okay, that's,
right? Yeah,
that about fucking killed my ass. It was straight black smoke, and from that moment on, I said, "I'm only smoking crack from now on," because that stuff, whatever that is. I don't ever want to smoke that. That was the absolute worst in the entire world. So when they're not drinking poisonous cocktails of strychnine and waving around snakes and all this shit. Strychnine can cause muscular convulsions and eventually can cause death from asphyxiation. So
yeah, don't fucking drink it.
Keep that in mind for all you Tide Pod eaters. All you fucking knuckle draggers.
That's so weird that was a thing.
Well, we got Gain Pods in there right now, and I was doing laundry the other day, and I was looking at a handful of them.
These do look pretty fucking
I said,
good.
These look tasty. I bet I could suck on one of these, and it probably wouldn't be that bad. You just got to make sure you don't get one of those ones that's full OxyClean shit.
Oh, yeah. That's where you get you.
That clean you out, though. You might clean our souls enough to make us stop doing this fucking shit.
Very true.
Now, these secretive churches, yes, secretive churches, because there's not many of them, they dot the Appalachian Trail, and most of the church members are older members that were kind of born into the religion.
Yeah.
Born into these snake-handling churches. You wouldn't believe it, but they're having a really hard time securing new members for these snake-handling churches.
No way.
And all these churches have really weird names, and we'll talk about some of those in a little bit. The snake handling itself is completely illegal, so the churches are kept mostly secret because it is, believe it or not, even in the South, illegal just to have a venomous snake that can kill you and kill everyone around you. Just a snake that the venom in it, just a pinhead size of that venom is enough to kill you. And these guys are just waving around for the glory of God. But it gets better. It gets a lot better.
Good.
Yeah. Sometime around 1901, during the early 20th century Pentecost movement, George Hensley, no relation to Rob Diggity Dangle Dog, started bringing snakes into Tennessee churches.
What? Why would that be any relation to me?
Why wouldn't it be? I mean,
okay.
I just want to clear it up. Some people ask a lot of...
That's not my last name.
You know, a lot of people accuse us of doing shitty-ass research. And I said, you know what? I'm going to take that to heart. I'm going to start covering all the nooks and crannies. Just any questions, any unturned stones. So if someone says, hey, George Hensley, is he married to Rob Dog? Fuck, I don't know. He's not. I verified it.
That's true.
23andMe, I did the thing when last time you were here. I used some of your hair you left on the seat.
Oh, man.
Took some of your fart particles.
I've been trying to stay out of the database.
You going to pour some of that?
I am, yeah. I think I'm going to go get an ice cube or two, though.
Oh, okay. I don't know where... yeah, I'll do that because Ace is blind now, and
he'll attack me.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, but
fuck it. I don't care.
Okay, just go at it hot.
Yeah, all good.
George Hensley, he started bringing the snakes into the Tennessee churches. He was under belief that the Bible mandated such acts, so he thought that he was operating under the pretense that the Bible said specifically you have to play with serpents in church to obey the word of God.
This is the one thing that always kills me about different religious. I don't know if they're
the
branches.
Make up their own rules.
Well, not only that, but they will read one thing in the Bible and then they will take that so literally and they'll base everything off of it.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
And they'll ignore everything else, but no, fucking no.
The times have changed since this book was written. And every time we talk bad about religion, we get one guy that writes us like, hey, listen, man, I've been listening to you for 4 fucking years. I've gone through a lot of shit with you, but when you start putting down God, that's when I draw the line. I'm thinking to myself, what kind of person that claims to be a man of God listens to this show anyways?
Yeah, judge not lest you be judged, my friend.
Yeah, motherfucker. When you're jacking off to gay porn and your wife's at Walmart working, you puffy-nippled fuck, you think about us and about all the shit that we've done wrong when you're you're the sinner, you fat shit.
Now, I don't care what you do, but yeah, I'm not Yeah.
I do care.
And you know what? I have a microphone, so I'm going to say whether or not what the fuck I believe and what I don't.
The microphone on your 12-year-old Android phone doesn't count, you fuckhead. Someone's going to write us like, you boys are going to get struck down by the Lord.
I really liked you guys until you start talking about Jesus.
We've brought more people to the Lord than, well, probably haven't brought anybody to the Lord.
I was wondering where you were going to go with that.
Probably haven't. That's okay, though. That's not our thing. Most, and this is kind of cool, most Pentecostal churches actually denounced snake handling except a few. And those few churches are still alive today, and they're confined mostly to remote Appalachian chapels in the backwoods of Appalachia. He eventually started his own church called First Holiness Movement Church, where he had to do it. I smell it.
I blew it at you.
I smelled it.
I do it to my wife all the time. She fucking hates it.
No, I like it. I almost jumped on you and fucked the shit out of you.
Yeah, I start spitting everywhere.
What if you did that and I'd have knocked you on your back and squished your boobies together?
Started licking my
like,
tongue.
Hey, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm about to fucking titty fuck you. You've ever got rug burn from titty fucking someone, send us an email, bro.
Oh, man, that's a good one.
gmail.com.
Please do.
And please, if it's animal involved, keep it out of our inbox.
Or if your titties have gotten rug burn.
Because one Brohio guy, I'm not going to even say his name. I had to block him because my kids play on my phone.
Oh, yeah.
He sent me a video the other day,
mm-hmm.
and I opened it up. It was a guy, and it was a guy.
This is like why I don't open your videos in public that you send me.
I was scared. I thought I would start looking out my window after this one. It was a guy holding up like a 12-foot snake.
Okay.
In his room, butt naked, skinny dude. He looked like a huge dick. Looked like a dude hanging off of a dick is how big this dude's dick was.
Okay.
He had this big old snake, not his dick. It was a literal like boa constrictor.
Mm-hmm.
He fucking sticks his finger in its butthole or its vagina. I don't know what it is on a snake, but they all got like a downspout on the bottom half of them. I don't know what it is. It's a pee hole. I don't know what it is. And this dude starts like wallering out this hole, and he starts fucking this snake.
No way.
Yes. And I was like a little bit turned on, but I was mad. I said, this is fucking disgusting. This is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
It completely got you confused. Like, man, I thought I fucking hated snakes.
How do you even do that?
Yeah, this is kind of hot.
I will say he really pissed the snake off when he started fucking.
Did he?
Yeah, I hope it killed him.
Good.
God, there's such an, and you and I we have come to the agreement that we have worked in the underbelly of society.
Yeah, definitely.
We
still are right now.
There's a whole entire world out there that we've never experienced.
Oh, right, yeah.
I don't get down with bestiality.
I'm not a fan.
I can't deal with it. I can't deal with bad things happening to children or animals.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's a snake, I've said it a lot, fuck snakes, but literally if someone sends me a video of someone fucking a snake, that's a little troublesome.
What if it's a snake crawling in someone's ass?
I'd probably try that. That probably wouldn't upset the snake too much.
Yeah, they're like kind of slimy textured, so I mean, it might not be that bad.
I don't know.
They may not like the smell, but
I don't want to try it. Some people are turning us off right now.
Or some people are getting turned on right now, buddy.
I saw a review the other day. It said 13 minutes in and all they're talking about is fucking dead bodies. No thanks. I said, I don't remember that at all.
Man, I really don't.
Yeah.
This is what happens.
It's not my thing.
No, I don't like to fuck dead bodies.
I've never tried.
I've never seen a particularly hot one, though.
Oh.
So I wouldn't rule it out.
Yeah. We got to get you some therapy on that one, buddy.
I'm just doing it for the lulz.
So that's George Hensley, Rob's uncle, George Hensley. He eventually started his own church called the First Holiness Movement Church, where you had to prove your dedication to God and the religion by actually performing snake handling. You had to pick these snakes up and just fucking dance around, speak in tongues.
Hollow out their downspout.
Yeah. Fuck it. You had to fuck the snake. And how fitting that this week we do a snake episode, someone sends a video of someone fucking a snake.
Right.
Yeah.
Perfect timing.
This guy, he traveled all over the United States, Tennessee, Kentucky, the Carolinas, Virginia, Ohio, and Indiana, preaching what he believed was God's word. That was until he got bit by a fucking snake and died in Alta, Florida in 1955. So the inventor, the creator of bringing snakes into churches, snake handling, serpent handling, I think they actually call it serpent serpent. I can't remember.
I don't know.
I don't know either. You okay? You look like you're about to say something.
No, I'm ready for you to finish. I got something I'm going to do.
Okay.
Keep going. So what happened to that person?
He died.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty good, Rob. Thanks. Thank you.
It's not that one.
No, you just got to push it again to stop it. We'll get you there someday. But he certainly opened the door for modern-day snake and serpent handling. As of the year 2001, which was 20 years ago now,
oh my gosh,
there was still about 40 practicing snake churches in the USA. I read more recently that there's over 100 snake handling churches currently operating in the United States of America, 2 or 3 of them in Canada, because Canada, everything's better up there.
That's true.
So let's get into why they handle these goddamn snakes the way they do. It's like kind of their religion. Practitioners believe serpent handling dates to antiquity and quote the Gospel of Mark, chapter 16, and the Gospel of Luke to support the practice. And these signs, okay, this is from the Bible itself. The house may catch on fire right now. But
yeah, you have to read it in a Southern Baptist voice, though.
And these signs shall follow them that believe. In my name shall they cast out devils. They shall speak with new tongues. They shall take up serpents.
That's what it's called. They take up serpents.
Okay.
They shall take up serpents, and if they drink any deadly thing, it shall not hurt them. They shall lay hands on the sick, and they shall recover. Mark chapter 16, verse 17 through 18.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
that was a good job.
This is also from Luke, I believe. Behold, I give unto you power to tread on serpents and scorpions and all over the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you. Another passage from the New Testament used to support snake handlers' beliefs is Acts 28, 1 through 6, which relates that Paul was bitten by a venomous viper and suffered no harm. Now, I'm not going to bore you guys with that entire fucking Bible verse. It's believed in early biblical times that people would lay hands on the sick, speak in tongues, and perform miracles in the process.
They were a bunch of fucking idiots, weren't they?
Like Rob said, they read this. Yes, they were a bunch of fucking idiots. They read these things in the Bible, and they take them so quite literally that it consumes their life and actually brings them to the point where they're bringing vipers and rattlesnakes and cobras to their church services because in the Bible it says, you get bit by a snake, it won't fucking hurt you. Well, I hate to tell you, it was probably different fucking snakes back then. It was hundreds of thousands of years ago. I don't know how long ago. It was, well, it would be 2,000 some odd years ago is how long it was. The snakes have probably evolved a little bit. They probably didn't have the same snakes. Hell, they probably don't even. Who's the one who even interprets the fucking snake or serpent? They call them serpents. They don't even call them snakes. So they could be talking about just like little wiener dogs or something like that. They might not even be talking about the same shit that we're talking about.
It's just like a fucking night crawler.
Yeah, it could be something like that. Night crawlers are icky, man.
Hell yeah, man.
Who knows what they're talking about?
You ever seen Tremors? Those things are fucking scary.
That's a good movie.
That's a really good movie.
Good-ass movie. And the belief is, if you are pure enough and deep enough in the Word of God, and you're living a non-sinful life, those dogs are so fucking stupid. All I did was bump my table, and they think somebody's knocking. He waits for vibrations now. So any vibration in the entire house,
guy.
He just starts barking, wailing. He's still a protector. Deaf
Poor
and
old
blind,
guy.
still a protector. Their belief is, if you're completely pure and living an unsinful life, you're of unsinful nature, you can handle these snakes, and it's God's will that they will not hurt you. You can drink this poison. It's God's will. You won't fucking die. All this stuff. Because, they wrote it 2,000 some odd years ago, so it holds true to this day. That's kind of what they believe.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, nothing changes.
And if someone gets bit by one of these snakes, it's a rite of passage to just sit and wait, or just let the person go back to their house and wait it out.
AKA die.
They don't believe, and this is the modern day snake handling churches, they don't believe in taking the people to the doctor or the hospital and the event that one of them are nipped by one of these goddamn vipers, okay, is the dumbest fucking shit in the entire world. They get bit. Some of these guys,
God's will, my friend,
have been bit by a snake hundreds of times.
Yeah, in the video, the dude gets bit. And he's leaking. Like,
yeah.
He gets bit. Was it in his ear or right above his ear?
Yeah, it's a bad one.
It's bad.
They believe it's God's will. You'll live if you intend. Your heart is pure enough. Yeah. If you are void of sin,
you're without sin,
God will let you live. But if you are doing bad shit, you're a bad man, bad man, and you get bit by one of these snakes, well, time's up, buddy. You're gonna fucking die. That's what their belief is. You're not even gonna believe this, but there's only one place in the entire United States where it's still completely legal to handle these venomous snakes and these serpent handling ceremonies. That's in West Virginia, because you're still allowed.
Go figure.
You're still allowed to do that. Right down there, that's the same place you can trade your teeth in for a blowjob. You do. All the people from West Virginia are like, man, I don't what the toy. I shit in the tub. My waffle stomp a turd. I don't care. I eat my mom's turd when I get hungry enough.
I'm still mad I didn't get, whenever we were down there, I'm still mad I didn't get that one fucking Mothman shirt that said, the Mothman sucked my dick, or I sucked the Mothman's dick, or something like that. In West Virginia, in Point Pleasant.
The people in West Virginia were really cool.
They were
nice.
Yeah.
I got no qualms. It's just a.
But there's a lot of backwoods in there.
I've done a lot of geotechnical drilling in the mountains of past life, in the mountains of West Virginia, dude. Yeah, there are some back fucking hollers there. They're just in the middle of nowhere.
It's the same way with Kentucky and Tennessee. They're both the same way. I mean,
it is, yeah. Except for Tennessee has Gatlinburg and what's Pigeon Forge.
Yeah, that's its own.
Kentucky's got some nice spots too, though.
Yeah, they do.
Louisville's pretty sweet.
Yeah, no, it's like anything else. Any big city is pretty nice, and then you get outside the big cities, and it's just like,
yeah, there's nothing good in West Virginia.
Yeah, it's just trailers, and
they don't even have pizza in West Virginia.
It's like it's like those guys in India that you watch really late at night that just build mud houses and shit. It's like that.
That's the most relaxing shit in the entire world.
Every time me and my friends hang out during the weekends, we'll drink a lot, and then we'll, like, as conversation's winding down, I'll just put it on.
It's so relaxing.
And it just closes out the night on a positive note, man. It works.
At one point, it was punishable by death in Georgia to handle these snakes, because there was an incident where they were handling the snakes and a 7-year-old got bit and died. So it was punishable, but no one would convict anyone, give them the death sentence for having these snakes. But that was overturned in like 1968. There's a guy by the name of Glenn Summerford. He was the pastor of Church of Jesus Christ with Signs, Scottsboro, Alabama. And that's what I was telling you, is a lot of these churches have some really weird names to them.
Right.
And like this one is Jesus Christ with Signs. I don't know if he was like had a DVD and we talked about Signs in the last episode.
We did, yeah. Yeah, the movie.
Yeah. This pastor was sentenced to 99 years in jail for forcing his wife to stick her fucking hand in a box full of rattlesnakes to punish her for what he believed was her cheating on him.
Huh.
That was a very popular in the media. This is back in 1992, I believe.
Oh, damn.
That takes us up to July of 2008.
Here we go.
This Glenn Summerford guy, he made his wife stick her hand in the box.
The rattlesnake box.
He was a serpent handling pastor, and so he had all these snakes on hand. And that's kind of, I guess, the thing was, she said, "I'm not cheating on you, Glenny." My fucking rug's all caught in my foot over here. And he said, "If you ain't cheating on me, then you can stick your hand in this box of rattlesnake. It's a Texas rattlesnake, Austin 360. You can stick your hand in this box of rattlesnakes, and they ain't even gonna fuck with you, 'cause you're pure. Ain't nothing wrong with you." And she said, "I am pure, and I'll prove it. I'm gonna stick my hand in this box of rattlesnakes." The first time she stuck her hand in, they bit her. The rattlesnakes bit her. And she said, "Oh no, sweetheart, that was a fluke." And he said, if it was a fluke, then stick your hand there again. Prove your love to me. You didn't cheat on me, you stupid bitch. So she stuck her hand in the box of rattlesnakes again, and they bit her a second time.
Oh, my God.
Fortunately.
Fucking leave the guy. Holy shit.
Fortunately, she lived.
Any guy that does that obviously does not give a shit. Not one single shit about you.
I'd be like, if you like me so much, then why don't you grab on my wiener? I'm not going to make you stick your hand in a box of rattlesnakes.
Put your left titty in my mouth if you did not do that.
If you love me so much, let me suck on your toes. Because, goddamn it, I've been trying to do it for 10 fucking years. Let me gurgle on them toe knuckles right now. Rob, you like to suck on toes?
Not toe knuckles, no.
No. If you like to suck on toes, send us an email, brohiopodcast@gmail.com.
Make sure you shave them first.
Just put toes in the subject line. And we want to thank Lucy Nicotine for sponsoring the Brohio podcast. Lucy Nicotine is a company founded by Caltech scientists and former smokers looking for a better and cleaner nicotine alternative. Finally, tobacco alternatives that do not suck. Lucy Nicotine was researched and developed for 3 years to be made for people, not patients, and they come in 3 flavors. They each have 4 milligrams of nicotine: wintergreen, cinnamon, pomegranate. Wintergreen was completely perfect for me. Also, Lucy has a lozenge with 4 milligrams of nicotine and cherry ice flavor. I got a friend at work using some of my excess of Lucy Nicotine products, and he has went from 5 cans of dip per week. He is down to less than 1 can of dip per week. So think about what Lucy can do for you guys. It's 2021. Get rid of your cigarettes, unplug your vape, throw out your dip, and get some Lucy nicotine gum or lozenges. This is a real deal. A subscription to Lucy comes directly to your door each month. It's so simple. You don't even have to leave your house. And Brohio listeners, go to lucy.co. That's lucy.co and use promo code Brohio to get 20% off all products on your first order, including gum or lozenges. That's lucy.co. lucy.co, and use your promo code Brohio at checkout. Also, I have to give this disclaimer. Warning, this product contains nicotine derived from tobacco. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Lucy.co, and be sure to use the promo code Brohio. You may have heard our ad a few weeks ago from CD Universe. They are a small business in Connecticut with about a dozen employees. CD Universe competes directly with the big box stores, shipping nationally and internationally. One day, they accidentally got a shipment of porn. They said, you know what? We're going to go with this. In CD Universe, they heard our prior ads. They said, you guys absolutely killed it, but we want to send you a huge box of goodies, and I could not have been more excited about that. So CD Universe provided us with a gift certificate, and for not a lot of money, we were able to get a whole lot of stuff. We had a selection to choose from: cock rings, anal toys, dildos, bondage gear, lubricants, strokers, vibrators, including rabbits, bullets, and everything else. I'm telling you guys, the deals at CD Universe are absolutely incredible. They have a huge selection of major adult toy brands, including Cal Exotics, Doc Johnson, Evolved, and Pipe Dream. Also boutique brands, condoms, and even lingerie. Shipping and billing are completely discreet. Everything will say CD Universe. Their customer service department is hands down the best in the entire universe, CD Universe. And right now I have a call to action for the Brohio listeners. CD Universe has agreed they would like to provide a very special treat for the Brohio listeners. All you have to do is go to cduniverse.com/Brohio. That's cduniverse/Brohio. You're going to get 20% off their already insanely low prices, and that's going to be off your first order. All you got to do, like I said, is go to cduniverse.com/Brohio. I'm telling you guys, when it comes to sex toys, all the fun stuff, you're never going to find prices and deals like this. So go to cduniverse.com/Brohio for 20% off your first order. I got a whole bunch of lubricant, and I want you to have some too. cduniverse.com/Brohio. And one of our favorite sponsors of the Brohio podcast is Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming, and they've got really big news over at Manscaped. They just released their new cologne scent to help you feel good and smell good all over and at all times. Who knew that smelling this good could feel this good, too? Manscaped is trusted by over 2 million men worldwide. Join the movement for all your below-the-waist grooming needs. Manscaped is known for their Perfect Package 3.0 for all your below-the-waist grooming needs, but now they have a refined cologne signature scent by Manscaped with the same signature scent that's in all Manscaped formulas. This cologne is a perfect complement to the collection, light, approachable, and gentlemanly in all the right ways. Think of it as your wingman for the night to keep you fresh and ready to go at all time. So it's time. It's time, guys, to feel sexy. And Manscaped has helped me stay on top of my below-the-waist grooming needs. I'm keeping my stuff down to a stubble. It doesn't stink all the time. It is completely perfect for me, guys. And right now, Manscaped has a very special deal for all of you. You're going to get 20% off and free shipping with the promo code BROHIO. That's manscaped.com. Use the promo code BROHIO. You're going to get 20% off with free shipping. You're going to look good, you're going to smell good, and you're going to feel good with Manscaped. Your balls and your body will thank you. Oh, I think there's a market out there for girls that just show their feet and get paid.
Oh, hell yeah,
for
there
it.
is. They make bank.
Really?
Yeah, they make bank.
I've seen on the internet and stuff where fat guys will hire women to just get barefooted and walk on them.
Hell yeah.
That does not do anything for me.
I don't want to be walked on.
I say, get the fuck off of me.
Yeah, no.
Get off of me.
I'm sensitive. I'm squishy.
Dude, I just think about all the places your feet go. I've stepped in dog shit barefooted before, and I'm not 100% sure I did the best job cleaning it up.
Still, like 14 years ago?
It might be there still. No, it's 4 days ago. But no, I did step in dog shit this is a fun story. My entire house, hardwood floors. The hallway in front of my bedroom, hardwood floors. The dogs got out of the kitchen while I was sleeping. Mm-hmm. And it's their thing. If they get out of the kitchen in the middle of the night, they just like take a shit somewhere in the house. It's really great.
It's like a choose your own adventure game.
But if I keep them locked up in the kitchen where their dog beds are and their food and their water is, they're usually good.
Right.
Ace, blind and deaf, took a huge shit right in front of my bedroom door. Dude, I skied down the hallway like fucking 12 feet stepping this dog shit. I grabbed the walls. I didn't know what it was, and I didn't see them, so I didn't know they were out. So I was thinking one of the kids got up and maybe got water on the floor. Mm-hmm. And I turned back around to yell at whatever was on the floor, and I just got a mouthful whiff of it, and it was complete dog shit. So there it is, like 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, I'm dry.
I love how you said you were going to yell at whatever was on the floor. So if it was a puddle of water, you're just going to yell at a puddle of water.
If it was squishy, I didn't know if it was a salamander or some type of animal. I was going to give it some strychnine and kill it.
Oh, man. So you fucking took the old slip and slide on the dog shit.
I did. It was wonderful.
That's great.
This takes us to July of 2008. Pastor Gregory James Coots of Full Gospel Tabernacle in Jesus' Name in Middlesboro, Kentucky.
Tabernacle, man. That's a good word.
It's a really good word.
That's one of those words that almost sound inappropriate.
We're changing it from the name. We are no longer in the cream spot. This is the Brohio Tabernacle. How do you like that?
I like that.
I like it a lot as well.
Yeah.
So, Gregory James Coots and 10 other people were arrested, and 125 venomous snakes were confiscated in an undercover sting operation called Twice Shy.
That's so stupid.
Cool fucking name.
Once bitten, twice shy.
Greg Coots had 74 snakes himself, and they were all seized from his home. Well,
why do you need that many fucking snakes?
Because if you're down with the Lord, the snakes won't hurt you. And that's what
reptile people are so weird.
They are really weird. That was enough to kind of make Greg Coots slow down with his serpent handling business. But he let his son take over, Jamie Coots. Jamie Coots was cited in 2013 for illegal possession and transportation of venomous snakes when 3 rattlesnakes and 2 copperheads were discovered in his vehicle during a vehicle check in Knoxville, Tennessee. Later in 2013, Coots published an op-ed in the Wall Street Journal making an argument for U.S. constitutional protection regarding religious freedom, especially freedom to practice the unique variety of religion found in snake-handling churches. Jamie Coots, much like the fate of the founder of this fucking cult, which is what I'm going to call it now, is a cult.
Pretty much.
He died in February of 2014 from a goddamn rattlesnake bite, Rob.
Oof.
He was the lead character on a reality television show called Snake Salvation. It was on Nat Geo. It didn't last very long because the fucking dude got bit by a snake and died. So the dad, the grandfather, I should say, gets taken down in operation twice shy.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, all right, I got to stop with these goddamn snakes for a little bit. He gives it to Jamie Coots, his son, who dies at the age of 41 from a snake bite and a church ceremony. Jamie Coots, he's dead now. The grandpa's still alive. But after Jamie Coots died, his 21-year-old son, Cody Coots, took over the family church. The serpent handling, snake handling church.
Yeah, he did.
And he is the subject of our YouTube content we have for this episode.
That's some good shit.
But this next part of what we have is the USA Today video from when Jamie Coots was actually, he was bitten and died from the snake bite.
Stop cleaning toenails. It doesn't help
Okay,
clear
this
nail
is an ad
fungus.
right here.
That's what Lisa
Let's
from
let it go.
Vitality Health told me. And honestly,
No, hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Stop cleaning toenails.
You fucking think that they're not listening to us? And of all the ads that could have popped up on this goddamn thing,
holy shit.
it is a ad for toenails and feet and toes. It is a man peeling his feet back.
It was like a sock that had like better looking toes on
And people try and say, oh, they're not listening to you. They ain't listening. They are fucking
shit.
listening.
How did that play so well? Man, that's perfect timing.
I fucking quit.
I love it, dude. That's
she
awesome.
was crazy.
It was crazy. Just had to be there, I guess.
This small church on Evans Drive in Middlesboro, Kentucky, Full Gospel Tabernacle in Jesus' Name, is where Pastor Jamie Coots, star of National Geographic Snake Salvation, would lead his congregation in service, handling poisonous snakes. Saturday would be the last service for Pastor Coots.
He was standing over across the pulpit. I was standing on the other side, and
This is the pulpit.
The pulpit.
This is his son.
Yeah.
This is
He took the reins.
Cody Coots. This is before he took over as lead pastor of In Jesus' Name Tabernacle.
His dad looks a lot like Dusty
He
Rhodes.
does. He's hopping around with snakes. He looks like Medusa.
Medusa.
I just seen him drop the snakes.
Pastor Coots' son, Cody, says his father had been bitten before, 8 times before, so he didn't immediately worry about bite number 9.
I thought, well, it's like every other service. You know, somebody got bit, we're going to go home, they're going to suffer. Anytime you lose your daddy or mommy, you never see it coming.
Bro, you're too old to say daddy and mommy.
Now, this is Big Cody, because everyone here is fucking... This is... Oh, we'll get to Big Cody. in a
Standing
little
right beside him when it happened. I mean, I could have reached over and picked the snakes up out of his hands.
Middlesboro
Why didn't you? If you would have done that, he wouldn't have gotten bit.
bit. That was Big Cody. He says the fucking dumbest thing I've ever heard my entire life. And just
police say the snake bit Pastor Coots on his right hand. Officers also say medical treatment was refused.
He didn't believe in going to the doctor for a snake bite. He'd go for anything else but a snake bite.
I'd rather seen that man go out of here with a snake bite than laying under a bridge somewhere with a needle in his arm.
What? So was he a druggie?
no, he wasn't.
Then why would you
That's
say
what I would
that?
say these people are so... Their brains are so washed and broken. They're so fucking stupid.
If he didn't do intravenous drugs, what kind of a comparison is
He said, I
that?
tell you what, I'd rather be taken down by one of these snakes than be underneath these bridges and died with a needle shaved up in his arm. What a fat, dumb sack of shit, man.
I would have rather seen him get bit by a snake than die in a rocket launch when he went to the moon.
At least he didn't die like Dale Earnhardt. Knee deep in sand.
While
right?
many only know Coots for his work with snakes, those who walk through these doors every week say there's so much more to him.
We don't know about him going and visiting the elders, sisters, and brothers and praying for them. They don't know about him going out and talking to all these people at all these stores and stuff when he's going. They don't know that man.
He looks
all
like the
they know
type
is what they seen.
He looks like the type of guy that Dutch ovens himself on purpose.
Night with a needle in his arm.
So he's going snake hunting with him. That was
Oh, that's the best part. He said the thing he misses most about hanging out with his dad.
Okay.
All they know is what they seen.
the thing I miss the most is going snake hunting with him. That was
No, it's not what you miss the most. That's what killed your dad. So that guy that just said that, Cody Coots, at that time, he was not the pastor yet. After his dad died, that's when he said, okay, all right, I'm going to take over this motherfucker. I'm going to set this place on fire for God. And I don't care if I don't get to go snake hunting with my daddy no more. So
He got some nice pink suits and everything.
He does. So the belief is if you're godly enough, you have nothing to fear. God will protect you from the bite of the snake. The guy we just spoke of, Jamie, he's fucking dead now. His son quickly took over. And in the beginning, there was a YouTube documentary where they went to this church where Cody is the lead pastor now. His dad died, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And they do this documentary. And this portion of the documentary, Cody explains the difference between their church and other churches.
The only difference between our church and other churches is when you go to the book of Mark 16 and 18, it tells you about the Bible signs. The signs is taking up serpents, drinking poison, casting out devils, speaking in tongues, and laying hands on the sick and them recovered.
That sounds pretty stupid, right?
It does, yeah.
Absolutely. So that's what we're dealing with right now. So Cody is a fourth generation pastor. In this church that he leads, they're exactly what it's all about. The snake handling, the lighting the Molotov cocktails and running around with the bearded women on fire, the drinking the poison. They do all that shit.
Hell yeah.
So in this documentary, it looks like his wife might be 16 years old, and they don't really say it, but I'm pretty sure that she is, in fact, his sister. And I cannot nail that down for sure.
Okay.
In this next segment, he talks about the only time that he has fear while handling the snakes, and then we also get to hear from his wife.
Awesome.
Look at that still shot right there.
Dude, that's fucking wild. They sling these snakes around like a fucking lasso.
You know, the only time I've ever had fear getting bitten by a snake is if I had sin in my life and I knew I shouldn't even been around the snake.
I never heard of the snake handling until I met my husband, Cody. And honestly, I sat and thought, what am I getting myself into?
Bro, she's so ashamed.
She is literally has no idea what she is fucking doing.
No.
She knows she's made a huge mistake. She knows that she shouldn't have got married at 13. She knows that she made a lot of really bad mistakes. At this point in the documentary, he has a shed behind his house packed completely full of snakes stuffed inside aquariums. And he takes the film crew back there and he shows them the snakes in his shed. He's got several timber rattlers, which, like other vipers, the timber rattlesnake is venomous with venom potent enough to kill a human. A timber rattlesnake bite is a medical emergency. However, timber rattlesnake bites are very rare unless you keep them in boxes behind your house and then bust them out for the church service. Then here at the 3-minute mark, Cody loves snakes more than his family, is what his wife seems to think.
Yeah.
And then he also speaks about the vow that his dad made that if he ever was bit by a snake, what should happen?
Believer.
Sometimes I do think that Cody puts the snakes for me.
She doesn't even know his name. His name's Cody. She calls him Cody. I don't know. She wants a fish sandwich or something.
The unbeliever.
Sometimes I do think that Cody puts the snakes for me and our kids.
When I get bit, I stay home, live or die. When the old man got bit by a canebrake like this, he died within probably 10 minutes. So, it's a nasty bite.
No shit.
Crazy, Jesus.
I have a really hard time. He wears his dad's death like
Daddy made a vow when
like
he
a
was
badge
young.
of honor.
Yeah, for real.
He said, Daddy got bit by this snake right here, and he only lived 10 minutes. And the further the documentary goes, the next person they talk to, that person will be like, oh, he got bit by a snake. He only lived about 7 minutes. Then the next person they talk to, like, he got bit by a goddamn snake. He only lived for about 3 more minutes.
Yeah.
And the next person, like, he died. As soon as he got bit by the fucking snake, he dropped fucking dead there on the stage.
I noticed that too.
He's a big old fat fucker. We couldn't even drag him up out of the ceremony, so we just had to finish praising the Lord around his big fat little wiener dead body right there and put more snakes on him. He said he was fucking dead already, so it didn't matter. So we just started dumping snakes on top of him. His wife said, hey, get him up. He's dead. I said, we ain't moving him off the stage. He's already fucking dead. What do you want to do? We're not done praising the Lord. Ain't everybody in here done died from a goddamn snake bite? It's just a pastor. We can keep on doing what we need to do. He obviously was doing some shit. If you ain't cheating on me, then stick your hand in that box of snakes and jerk off one of them snakes. And if you can bring your hand back, then I'll believe you ain't got nothing wrong with you. So, like I said, Cody immediately stepped up to the plate and assumed the responsibilities of lead pastor at Jesus Christ's Name Tabernacle. I don't even know, whatever it was. Cody prides himself on the openness of his church. He dresses a little flamboyantly himself, much like Rob said. He wears pink suits.
Yeah.
He drives a top, he drives a Jeep to work with no top on it on church day. He gets in this big piece of shit beater Jeep and he drives to church in his pink suit. It's the weirdest thing you've ever seen.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah, his right-hand man was a former drug dealer, and his right-hand man is the one you heard earlier. His name is Big Cody. He's the one that said, I don't think ain't no worse than being dead up underneath the bridge with a needle in his arm. That was that guy. That's Big Cody.
Yeah, I don't get that.
That's his that's Little Cody's right-hand man and like the associate pastor of this church. It's Big Cody's job. He goes out and he catches the snakes. So they gotta, it's not just all fucking farts and giggles. Someone has to go out and do the dirty work and catch these fucking things. And that's what Big Cody did. And right here he is wearing bib overalls, not buttoned on the side, in a high-vis shirt, and he's looking for snakes. He's got a bent-up golf club that he's using.
Snake hunting's important. We're the ones that supplies the church.
Have you seen my baseball?
Fun. A copperhead. Can you hold
A copperhead.
A copperhead.
They said it's fun.
And it just calls it fun. A copperhead. Can you hold this?
Some good old boys.
Snake?
Oh, dude, they're just
whip that box around over. Stop right there.
Those are the biggest set of man titties I have ever seen in my adult life.
Some good middies.
God bless. Look at the breast on that guy.
Whip that box around over. Stop right there.
They're shaky too. They're bouncy.
Right
Kind of sexy.
Good looking tits.
Man, look at that guy. He's got this.
That'd be a good one for church, I think, Shelb.
I like his bangs.
He's got the shaved head with the bangs in the front.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So he's out in the woods, just
good for him. He's just letting his dick swing. He's doing his thing,
hunting snakes. So we're gonna go into the next part. It's what the Bible actually says about the snakes.
Everybody thinks we're crazy anyway, how we handle snakes. The Bible said a believer's a doer, and if you're not walking according to the will of God, and you get a serpent out of the box and it bites you and you lay and suffer for hours on end, there's more than likely something wrong in your life. Get in there, buddy.
Isn't that a dumb fucking way to think about this?
It's completely fucking backwards.
If you got bit by... No, here's exactly what happens. You piss a snake off, the goddamn thing's going to whack you. That's how snakes work.
Yep.
They're defiant animals. They don't like being fucked with. They're not meant to be pets.
Right.
And he's saying that, you go, it's God's will. He ain't gonna let you fuck it, ain't gonna be doing nothing like that. And here, the 7 minute 12, I don't know what I have this timestamp for.
Heck yeah.
It just says Cody's 12-year-old sister.
Okay.
Cody's 12-year-old sister wife.
I never have asked Cody to stop his belief because I know that he wouldn't.
The wife is always super scared that I'm going to get bit and killed. Every time I go to church, and I take a snake out of the box, she's like, I'm worried that you're going to get bit and killed. And I just tell her, when it's my time to go, it's my time to go. I'm still going to do it. It's not going to stop me.
That is the dumbest shit.
She says, well, you need to think about your kids. Well, I do think about my kids, but in the line of work I'm in, being a pastor, it's God, family, job. God comes first, family comes second.
Is that an interesting way to look at it, Rob?
Yeah, it makes no fucking sense.
Some really, and he also speaks about what it means if you get hammered by one of these snakes, you get bit. It's because of you. It's not the snake's fault. It's your relationship with God.
I do believe that if you get bit and you have to suffer, that there was something wrong. Either you had something in your life, you didn't move when God told you to, you went against what God said. I do believe that. I believe a good bite's when one latches on and you just die in 5 minutes and don't suffer a bit. Because the boys I've suffered, I've been swelled up so big you couldn't tell who I was from snake bites. And every time it's because I should have waited on the voice of God. I believe that one day there's going to be fire rain down from heaven. It's going to burn this old earth. The Bible plainly says heaven and earth's going to pass away, but there'll be a new earth and a new heaven. I believe once you go, you're there for eternal. I am looking forward to when I go to meet my Maker.
That Jeep dog.
And then it flashes him getting out of a 100-year-old Jeep with a Tupperware container full of fucking snakes.
It's a Jurassic Park Jeep. It really is.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Snake Park.
I don't even have words for this shit.
And he just has it in his like take-home Tupperware.
Towards the... I got this box from Texas Roadhouse. I said, hey, once I eat all these rolls, I could probably stuff this fucker full of snakes and it'd be all the same. It'd be real nice. Towards the end of this documentary, well, there's two parts in the documentary. They're in the church. They're fucking, they're getting it. They're
and
the thing is, so when they're up there, I'm praising the Lord, they're praising God and they're singing, they're dancing. Once they feel like they're becoming filled with the Holy Spirit, they're yee-yee all over the stage.
Yeah,
they get filled with consumed with the Holy Spirit. That's when they say, all right, I got the Lord flowing to me right now. That's when they go grab the fucking snakes. They don't just walk in like, all right, I'm going to grab a snake and I'm just going to wave the snake around. When they
hype themselves up.
They hype themselves up. And then when they feel like they're completely consumed by God, they grab the fucking snakes. And like Rob said, they start twisting. Take your shirt off, spin around your head like a helicopter. They get these snakes.
Yeah, these poor snakes, like they're not gentle with them. They're like, they're literally holding them by the tail, letting them stand up erect. And they're just waving them around like a flag.
And this dude's dad that died, there's one scene where he's got a handful of rattlesnakes on top of his bald head, and he's just dancing around the stage.
Yeah, you think they're like the fucking Proud Boys waving their goddamn flags around. Like, it's wild.
It's the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
And it's like you expect to not get bitten when you're holding a fucking snake, a poison or venomous snake in your hand, and you're just fucking swinging it around.
And here comes the climax of this video at 10 minutes and 22 seconds. He really starts to lose his shit on stage. He's really getting consumed by God, preaching hellfire and brimstone. And he gets, at this point, he gets bit. Cody gets bit by the snake that he's holding.
Good.
The snake whacks him right on the ear.
Yeah.
And then all the churchgoers, they start Alibaba on his ass, like, they start chasing him out the door.
Like touching his head and like
this
praying for him.
Rob said it earlier. The snake bites him right on the ear. It was right next to his temporal artery, I believe. He starts gushing blood all over the stage. And the moment that he gets bit on the head by the snake,
he knew he fucked up.
He starts fading fast. He's all like, I'm on fire, what I got? I'm on fire, God. I'm on fire, God. And the snake bites him. He's like, oh, I fucked up.
And he's just like,
yeah. He just starts
dry heaving,
and stuff. So I think that without further ado, we'll just take you guys to that.
This is like a fever dream right here.
I'll translate it for you right here. He says, because it does translate in the video. It says,
he has subtitles.
He's screaming. He says, I believe in the God Almighty, and if he says I can hear him, I can. I think you're here because God wanted you here.
Those words, he definitely did not say any of those words. That's what I heard. Hang on.
This snake is coiled up right in front of his face.
Yeah. And if you know anything about snakes, with a lot of breeds of snakes, is that whenever they're pissed off or they're threatened, their head is and where it starts into their neck, they will have a little S bend to them.
Yeah, and the snake has that perfect
and
S
it has the perfect S bend. It's ready. It's pissed off. It's ready to hit. There it is. Boom.
And right there, just bit him right on the
Got him on the ear.
And he looks at his friends on the side of the stage, and he kind of makes a scowl, and he shakes his head like, I can't believe that thing just fucking bit me.
My God.
He says, keep on playing. I'm not worried at all. Don't worry. God's a healer. If I'm going to ride with the devil, he'll have to change pace.
I don't know what that
means. Let God still heal me. He's like a freight train coming.
They need a better PA.
Yes.
Yeah, his shirt is covered in blood right now.
He still has the snake.
He's still holding the snake. His wife is pissed off at him.
He just flashed to his wife in the back row. She's fucking livid right now.
She's so disappointed.
That's his sister, though. Looks just like him. They have the same teeth. If you combine both their teeth, they have enough teeth for a full human. Alibaba, you hear him? You hear the crowd of their Alibaba on his ass because they know he just got bit and he's about to die, and they're trying to
save him,
trying to heal him.
If he's without sin, though, they have nothing to worry about. He's wiping his head with his boxers.
He's tired.
Y'all please praise Jesus.
Okay, this is him walking off the stage.
That's him after he's what dude with the bangs, big fat dude with the bangs is carrying him. He's covered in blood. He's puking.
This is about 48 seconds after the snake bit him on the ear.
There's an even bigger guy in a power chair back behind him.
Can't do anything.
He's just watching.
And there's
another guy's
man
checking his lottery ticket to see if he wanted anything off his scratch offs. Look at him. He doesn't give a fuck. He is checked out completely. He's like, well, I done told him not to be waving them snakes like that.
Right now would be a real good time for me to have one of them jitterbugs because I need to call the fucking. They need a medic. And he's walking off the stage of the church right here.
Yeah,
and he's going towards the door. And all the people in the congregation start Alibaba-ing right behind him.
The fucking guy in the power chairs, he has his one arm out like he can do anything.
Yeah. Oh, damn. Let me have the snake party real quick, bud.
All the noises make it comical.
Look at that swamp. Look at that brush pig right there, buddy.
Take his top.
She was legit.
He wants his tie. They want him to take his tie off because he can't breathe.
Yeah.
And that's what happens to your throat immediately. Your throat starts to collapse.
Yeah, open your airways.
Suffer from asphyxiation.
Yeah.
And he says, I want the cameras off because he realized he fucked up at this point. And that's the end of that portion of the documentary. He also goes on to say, I don't want to be taken to the hospital. You can literally see, at this point, you can see the death in his eyes, in my opinion. About 5 minutes after being bit by this thing, it looks like you can see his life leaving his body.
Oh, yeah, he's done.
He looks like he's fucking dying. So I need to go back, and I need to go... Oh, there we are. I put snake handling churches, and we're number 3 on the list. So I have to go to this next video. How funny is that? Already, we're fucking trending here.
If you're Googling snake handling church, we're right up top.
And this next portion, it's Big Cody explaining what happened that day. And here you go.
Sunday morning started out like any Sunday at Middlesboro Church. The Abrams family was there, and me and little Cody and wife and the kids and everybody. And He's preaching on the signs. I seen him raise his hand up. Next thing I know, the serpent he had in his right hand had struck and bit him in the side of the face, and he's pouring the blood.
Pouring the blood?
When I looked up, he was coming up to the Bible stand there, and he had blood on his shirt.
He was coughing like really bad.
This is his sister. She has a hair lip.
Yeah, I was going to say. Just like a girl we went to school
I
with.
thought he was coughing up blood. I didn't know. But he could barely breathe. Like his throat was starting to swell and stuff. And I was scared.
I called him and packed him out in my car, and he told me to take him to the mountaintop and let him die.
Oh, shit. Dude, that pastor doesn't give a fuck.
He is hardcore, buddy.
Hell yeah.
And then they get him in the car. They're going to drive him up to the mountaintop and let him die. But then his wife says, no, you need to take him to the fucking hospital. And he says, don't take me. He said, I'll go home, but don't take me to the hospital. And she says, okay, you can go home. So his wife agrees to let him go home.
First off, that dude would have been so fucking out of it at that point that if she would have went, take him to the hospital. And they took him, he wouldn't have fucking known.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah.
And eventually, Big Cody makes the executive decision. He says, I took him to the hospital. And
Good on him.
As soon as I let him out of as soon as we walked through the ER door, they called a code blue. And he had to be air flighted to the University of Tennessee Hospital. And he was put on life support immediately.
So how much sinning are you doing, Pastor?
They said, there I was, beating off the snake porn. They're still Alibaba on his ass.
They are, yeah.
If he was going to live, he'd live. If he was going to die, he'd die on the mountaintop.
I said, Cody, do you want to go to the doctor? Do you want to go to the hospital?
This is his mom.
Because Brittany said, Linda, ask him. Please ask him. I don't even think he even knew what was going on.
And they get him in the car right here, and he's pointing at his wife and saying, don't take me home. He wants to go to the mountaintop. They're kind of squawking over each other, so I'm not going to play it because it's really loud and you can't understand it. So Big Cody rushes him to the hospital, and as soon as he gets to the hospital, they call a code blue. His throat was swelling shut and he couldn't breathe, and the bite was right next to his temporal artery, so he was nearly had bled out at this point. He was immediately airlifted to University of Tennessee, and he was placed on life support, but by the grace of goddamn God, 10 days later,
he said, goddamn God.
He was out of the hospital, but by his account, he was fucked up. He was not the same. And after he was released from the hospital, it only shows him at his mom's house, almost like his wife wouldn't let him come home.
She was probably so pissed.
Said, I'm so sick of your dumb ass doing this. And this next segment is him doing an interview at his mom's kitchen table where he's kind of saying, well, there I was preaching the word, and a big goddamn snake bit me on the fucking head.
For all Jesus' name we pray.
Oh, I felt it bite me.
Well, yeah. I would fucking hope you did.
Did he just say what I think he said?
I felt it bite me.
He said, I felt it bite me. Lord!
Oh, I felt it bite me. And within seconds, it started tingling.
Yeah, before he was like, I'm on fire for God. If it's going to get me, it's going to get me. If I'm going to bite this snake's going to bite me, I'm going to bite this motherfucker back. I'm going to shit down his head. And then after he got bit, and then he was on life support, and a Coleman almost died. Here he is 10 days later. He said, yeah, it even got rid of his accent. He said, it bit me, and I didn't like it.
Yes, it bit me. I did not appreciate it.
I don't know if I'll try that one again.
I knew how bad it was going to be.
And
I just told myself not to fall.
Knocked the beard off his face.
Did.
Scared Brittany too bad. I couldn't breathe. I was worried that I was going to lose my bowels, but I couldn't feel nothing at all.
Oh, man. He thought he was going to shit himself. I done shitted.
Yeah, I forgot about that part. And I was going to ask you, I don't have any like Southern family. I don't know if bowels means something else besides your shit tubes. So I don't.
Dear Lord, don't let me shit it all over the church steps.
It's completely awesome that he just gets bit by one of those.
That's what he's concerned with.
Venomous snakes in the United States. He says, I ain't really worried about dying. I'm just worried about shitting in front of the whole congregation. I got bit by a snake and I didn't put it up my back.
You know, you have any idea what snake venom makes your doo-doo look like? It's going to be an explosion.
There I was. preaching the word of God, ripping the nastiest fart you done ever smelled in your entire life. Someone said, "What you been eating? Onion rings?" I said, "No, that's pure snake venom. I fart snake venom."
I couldn't breathe. I was worried that I was going to lose my bowels, but I couldn't feel nothing at all.
I didn't know you seen
I
balance.
just knew my throat was swelling closed. I knew I was going to die, the way I felt.
You see,
I was going to say, his mom looks like someone who would be the pastor of a snake church. Like she would bear the fruit.
Her husband was the one that died years earlier.
I could look at her and I could tell that if I looked at her off of the streets and without knowing her, I would think that her husband probably ran a church. A pastor. Yeah.
And for those of you that can't see this, obviously, if you had to take one guess of what Pastor Cody is drinking,
dude, I was just gonna fucking say that. I was just getting ready to say I love what he's drinking right now.
I would probably say that's Mountain Lightning. That is not Mountain Dew. That is Big K. That's Mountain Lightning or Dew Mist or whatever it is.
That is straight yellow. That's the golden fucking goose right there.
The nectar of the gods. Yeah. He's drinking Mountain Dew on the rocks. He's drinking
Mountain Dew.
Light or darkness or what? How'd it feel? Did you really think you died?
I did die.
No, I know that I died.
No, you didn't.
I closed my eyes and I woke up laying down somewhere. But I remember when I got up and it was like a tunnel, but I seen light at the end of the tunnel and it was kind of gray. And I told myself at that moment that I was dead. And I remember hearing somebody say, "Why is this kid wearing pink dress pants?"
And he was wearing pink dress pants.
Okay.
What sucks for everybody in this congregation, now not only does this pastor make them dance around with snakes on their heads and shit, now they have to listen to him say, that I got bit and I died.
He saw the light at the end of the tunnel.
And I went all the way to the edge of humanity. And there was so he could literally make up anything he wants to.
Exactly.
And they're going to eat it up because that's their pastor. It's such a fucking scam. And he didn't really recover all the way from the bite. And the nurse even said that. She said in this video, his face is all fucking droopy and he can't open his eye all the way. He did want to keep preaching, although he became very jumpy around all the snakes. And the cameras actually joined him whenever he went back into his snake shed for the very first time, and to show how jumpy he was around all these snakes. You know, he used to be, down with a clown. He fucked these snakes, but not anymore.
It makes me nervous being around them sometimes.
Here he is in the snake shed.
I'm a little more jumpy than what I used to be.
He's standing way back.
When they strike or jerk, I jerk and jump back out of my skin. Unless God's moving on me, I'm very, very scared of snakes now.
Hey, by your own logic, you wouldn't be jumpy if you weren't afraid of sin.
Yeah, if you were pure. But then he also thinks that he was bit for a reason. And the Big Cody explains why. There was a big hoopla back whenever his dad did the Nat Geo documentary. Mm-hmm. And everyone was kind of offended that he brought cameras into the church.
Okay.
And everyone thought that's why his dad died, is because he brought cameras in the church. That's why he was disobeying God. Well, as soon as this fucking Cody kid starts doing this documentary, lo and behold, he gets bit on the head by a fucking snake too.
Yeah.
So they think that maybe that's where it's all linked together.
Cool.
I'd say some of the reason that I got bit is because I shouldn't have cameras in the church, and I wasn't waiting on it like I need to. I was just handling snakes we handle them. But we've done that so much before, and and didn't get bit, but that time it caught up to me.
So he's saying right there, he didn't feel like he was in a position where he was consumed by the word of God. He wasn't feeling the movement of the Holy Spirit enough to where he should have been handling a snake. He was just handling the snake for sake of having a snake in his hand. Which
always an excuse. It's always a fucking excuse.
I just wanted a snake in my hand. That's what every time my dad would be like, "What are you holding on to my winter for, Daddy? I just wanted a snake in my hand."
Little Cody thinks he got bit because he let cameras back in the church. Myself, I don't believe that's why he got bit. You ready? I think little Cody got bit for disobedience. If it was left up to me on that, I'd have cameras in church all the time. The Bible talks about it being published and preached unto all the world.
It's illegal to handle snakes in the state of Kentucky, but when it comes to man's laws and God's laws, I'm going to obey God's laws.
Dude, what a rebel. That church looks like a fucking garden shed.
It looks like if I farted really hard against it, it would blow over.
It is tiny.
We should go there and take our podcast recording equipment. It's only like 2 hours away.
I'll get naked.
We should just go there and get bit.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so...
Time out. I got to piss really bad.
Okay. We only have like a minute left.
I don't know if I can
You're
hold
about to let it go? All right.
Hold it for like 20.
Okay. Poor guy. All right, Rob Dog Pete, he's back now.
I did.
He feels all better now.
All the snake talk made me realize I had to go pee.
All right, so real quick, the practice of snake handling is quite dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
The first report of the death was in 1922 at the Church of God Evangel. Then the one we talked about, George Hensley, in 1955. Since then, 1961, Chafin Hagerman died from a timber rattlesnake during a service at Church of the Lord Jesus, Jolo, West Virginia. 1967, John Saylor, wife of a snake handling preacher, died after being bitten by a rattlesnake at Bell County, Kentucky. 1982, Reverend John Holbrook died after being bitten by a rattlesnake during a service at Lord Jesus Christ in Jesus' name in Mullinsville, West Virginia. Notice these are all in West Virginia. 1983, Mac Ray Wolford died after being bit by a timber rattlesnake again during a service at the Lord Jesus Temple in Mile Branch near Eager, West Virginia. In 1955, Melinda Brown of Parrotsville, Tennessee, died after being bitten by a timber rattlesnake during a service at the Full Gospel Tabernacle. And oh my God, she was part of the same fucking church as these guys.
What do you know?
What a bunch of wieners, dude.
There's a fucking blood trail at this church.
Cale Saylor, husband of Jean, a Pentecostal preacher, died after being bitten by a rattlesnake during a service at church in Crockett, Kentucky. Bell County, Kentucky, 1997. Danny Collins died after being bitten by a snake during a service. 1998, John Wayne Pumpkin Brown, husband of Melinda, a snake-handling evangelist, died after being bitten by a timber rattlesnake during a service at Rock House Holiness Church in rural northeastern Alabama. 2004, Dwayne Long, a Pentecostal pastor, died after being bitten by a rattlesnake during a service in Jonesville, Virginia. 2006, Linda Long died after being bitten by a timber rattlesnake during a service at East London Holiness Church, London, Kentucky. In 2012, Mark Randall Mac Wolford, son of Mac, a Pentecostal pastor, died after being bitten by a timber rattlesnake while officiating an outdoor service at Panther Wildlife Management Area in West Virginia. Then in 2014, you had Jamie Coots, who was the father of Cody, the subject of our interview. And then in 2015, John Brock died after being bitten by a rattlesnake during a service at Mossy Simpson Pentecostal Church in Jensen, Kentucky. So all things considered, I believe the statistics show that around 150 people have died since the practice of snake handling has popped up in these Pentecostal churches.
We need to start a church and we just like cuddle like otters and kittens and stuff.
Yeah. Do you remember whenever Jake the Snake Roberts got Randy the Macho Man Savage tangled up in the ropes?
We got him bit by the snake,
And he got him bit. Randy Savage lived through it.
He like persevered, man. I don't think he had poisonous snakes though.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, they were.
Have you ever heard Jake the Snake tell that story?
Yeah, I have.
It's really good.
It's really good.
Well worth it.
Yeah, because I think he said that he was trying to talk Randy out of it.
Yeah.
But he was like, nah, because they had like never bitten anyone or something.
I think he said he let the snake bite him on the leg before they went.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, guys, I'm going to be in Phoenix, Arizona this week for the services for Papal Joe, so I'll be moving there tomorrow via Southwest Airlines. Hopefully that goes well.
Heck yeah.
When are you going to Las Vegas?
Oh, good question. Give me 1 second. I got to check on that. But in the
in your ass?
in my ass. No, we also have we'll one of my episodes midweek that we can put out too. So
so we'll have a story time with Rob Dog.
If you want to set that up, we can. And then I will be not until next month. So it'll April. I think I'm April 9th through the 14th is when I'm going to be in.
You get to see some people while you're out
Vegas. I do too. I've had one person message me already.
Oh, really?
Yep, one person's messaged me.
Sweet.
So yeah, I'll be in Las Vegas.
Rob is looking to solicit Brohio fans while he's in Las Vegas.
Yeah, if you're there or around the area, like I said, I do want to hang out with anybody who's down there. Maybe get some drinks. I'm for sure one of the days. I can actually tell you. Give me 1 second. Let me look at this. Let me look at the calendar for April, and I can tell you what the dates are. I'm pretty sure it is the 9th through the 14th. Yep, I was right. Okay. And one of those days, I think I talked about in the last episode, I'm going to do the Area 51 little tour that they have out there, so I'm going to do that. So, yeah, if you want more details on that, once I figure it out, I'll let you know if you want to be a part of it. It'll be good times. But, like we said before I'm sorry to just cut you off, if you want to be a part of the cruise that we're going to be on in 2022, so you got a whole other year, think about it for a week and then start paying on it. Do it.
Yeah, keep your eyes open for that information. We'll put that out on the socials here soon.
Yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be a really good time.
Yeah. So, thanks for listening, guys.
We appreciate the shit out of you.
See you next week.
Love you.